get a raise, you get a bonus, you get a promotion. Yet somehow, at the end of every month, your bank account hits zero. You are sprinting faster, but staying in the same financial place. Standard economic theory says this shouldn't happen. Traditional models assume we are entirely rational actors, what economists call econs. An econ takes any surplus income, mechanically optimizes their budget, and steadily builds lasting wealth. But as Nobel laureate Richard Thaler observed, we are not econs, we are humans, and humans predictably misbehave. We routinely override basic mathematical logic with powerful biological and psychological impulses. This misbehavior leads to a condition financial researchers call making a dime. Instead of building security, highly paid professionals take on heavier workloads and extreme stress just to sustain a lifestyle that constantly drains their accounts back to zero. Failing to build wealth on a high salary stems from an invisible psychological mechanism, one that scales perfectly with every dollar you earn. To understand how our wiring betrays us, we have to look at the fulfillment curve. This chart shows the exact relationship between money spent and actual happiness. Initially, securing basic food and shelter shoots fulfillment straight up. But as you move into buying luxuries, the line flattens into a plateau. You can push spending endlessly, but your day-to-day happiness stops increasing. If the extra spending yields zero extra happiness, the logical response is to stop spending. In 1899, sociologist Thorstein Veblen identified exactly why we don't. He called it conspicuous consumption. As a social species, we have a deep biological instinct to secure status within our tribe. We buy luxury goods not for the utility of the item, but to broadcast to our peers that we possess surplus resources. Once you cross the threshold of basic comfort, your rational brain loses control of your wallet. Every extra dollar you earn is immediately hijacked by your ego's biological drive to impress the people around you. This ego-driven spending is supercharged by a cognitive blind spot called present bias. We struggle to value future security because we want the reward right now. We actively rationalize the purchase. We say we worked 80 hours, so we deserve the $100 dinner, or we earned the promotion, so we deserve the designer clothes. This chart shows how that psychological trap looks on paper. Your income line rises over time, but your expense line shadows it perfectly. There is zero daylight between the two. People blame inflation, but the volume of money flowing through the household is increasing, while the net result remains zero. This is textbook lifestyle creep. Unless you actively suppress these biological instincts, an expanding salary will automatically trigger an expanding lifestyle. You just end up broke at a higher tax bracket. Breaking this cycle requires completely redefining how you measure success. As financial researcher Morgan Housel points out, wealth is the money you do not see. Purchasing a designer watch or financing a luxury vehicle does not make you wealthy. Those items are simply receipts proving that your wealth has been permanently destroyed to buy a momentary boost in social status. Stop viewing money as a currency to buy status, and start viewing it as a direct trade for your finite life energy, the unrecoverable hours of your life you spent sitting in an office or commuting to work. Saving money functions as a measurement of the gap between your income and your ego, rather than a restrictive budget. When you stop caring what other people think of your car or your clothes, you drop out of an exhausting, unwinnable game. And the moment you do, you instantly generate a massive financial surplus. That surplus, the gap between what you earn and what your ego demands, is called capital. Capital is essentially stored life energy, and when you deploy that capital into investments like index funds or bonds, it begins to autonomously generate its own passive income. This graph shows the mathematical goal of suppressing your ego. As your expenses drop, your investment income rises to meet your costs. That intersection is the crossover point, the exact moment passive income finally exceeds the cost of your lifestyle. Passing this threshold permanently breaks the cycle of making a dime, because your stored capital now covers your needs. Showing up to a job to earn a paycheck becomes entirely optional. Mastering your ego to reach this point buys the only luxury that matters: absolute freedom over your finite time.